Hello again, okay, here in this video. This is the type of video I've done before. And it gets pretty old after a while. But it needs to be put back in people's faces so they can see how they treat one another. Here's the story of a young boy who's not from this country, who was born with a birth defect. And as I'm going to show you now, watch some of this and I'll be right back.
Alejandro Perez was pretty nervous for our interview.
¿Estás nerviosito?
He's just like any other teenager who enjoys playing Nintendo Wii and likes fishing when he's back at home in Venezuela. But an unusual condition made him the target of pain and ridicule in his hometown.
They would call him the Toad, the little Toad, and there's still people who call him the Toad. Even the adults would mess with him and would laugh at him.
Earlier photos show that Alejandro's left side was once even bigger. Tumors changed this 14-year-old to the point where his face started to sag, and as Alejandro grew up, the swelling grew too. His mother couldn't pay for surgery and waited for help.
Yes, I never lost hope. You know, she never lost hope that that she was going to find help for her boy.
Pull it down. Pull it down, like this.
A quarter of the way around the globe here in New Hampshire, this couple is known for helping kids like Alejandro.
We don't have the biggest house in Wyndham, but I think we have the house in Wyndham that the most children went through. That's true.
Elaine and her husband arranged for Alejandro to fly to America, where surgeons in Massachusetts remove part of his growth for free. This couple realizes that every procedure comes with a risk, but that it's one worth taking.
If they need help, and if they're in dire straits, and they're brought to our attention, we do what we can when we can. It's just a little, but, you know, if you help one child.
Alejandro is pretty quiet, his mother says, because of the way he was treated by other people. He said one word to us about his surgery. Bien, meaning that he's feeling good. His mother now hopes the ridicule ends.
Definitely. I have a new life now.
Thanks to the generosity of strangers. Alejandro is pretty quiet, his mother says, because of the way he was treated by other people.
They would call him the Toad, the little Toad, and there's still people who call him the Toad. Even the adults would mess with him and would laugh at him.
You know, I appreciate the help that the boy got from the strangers. But there's something here that really irritates the fuck out of me. And that's the fact of the way he was treated. Even by so-called adults. That's right. Which really ain't adults. Then we wonder why our children act the way our children act. Because the so-called supposedly adults never grew up. That's right. They want their children to grow up, but they never grew up themselves. So you have this child raising a child. Because that's exactly what you got. It's complete ignorance, okay? But it destroys lives. And why did this happen? Well, because he had a medical condition, a problem, that needed medical attention, that messed with his looks. Y'all stereotyped him out, that's right. Ridiculed him, called him names. It's how evil you are, that's right. Here, let me show you some more.
We all know in our culture of perfection and airbrushed beauty ads that what you look like can determine your fate. From finding a mate, making friends, to getting a job.
And then she says, well, we can be friends. That right there is a lie. Do you really think that a girl would want to be friends with somebody that likes her? No, she doesn't. Look at it this way. If you wasn't good enough to have a life and a relationship with this girl, then why would you be good enough to be her friend? She doesn't want you to be her friend. She don't even want to know you. A lot of women out there lie to a guy in order to spare his feelings, like this girl would do when she says she just wants to be friends, even though she doesn't. Hell, most girls won't even try to do that. They'll just straight up tell you that they don't want to know you. There was this girl once that I went on a date with, and after several dates, she told me that she only wanted to be friends. And you know what I did after I heard that? I deleted her off my phone. I blocked her off MySpace. And I threw her number in the garbage. Because she didn't want to be friends with me. And the next time you hear a girl say, let's just be friends, you do exactly what I do.
In our culture of perfection and airbrushed beauty ads, that what you look like can determine your fate. From finding a mate, making friends, to getting a job.
I like girls, and they said, I don't like you, I just like you as a friend. Maybe they just think I'm not cute enough.
Is that you were basically the end of the line. You're cut out to not perpetuate your gene pool, your kind, your type. Which is a good thing for this human race because, as I said earlier, we're minted for survival and we need strong genes to help perpetuate the species. And baby, you ain't got those genes, son.
Finding acceptance with friends is hard, but there is something else Kenyon finds even more challenging.
Having a love life for me, it's hard. Really hard and harsh. I like girls, and they said, I don't like you, I just like you as a friend. Maybe they just think I'm not cute enough.
Well, as you see there, and I've done videos like this before, it comes to show how evil we've become. Worldwide, globally, just like the bankers wanted you to do. But none of you idiots can figure it out. You can't get it through your head that you're so divided it's not even funny. From the men and women being divided, to the races being divided, to going by looks, to what you're seeing the girl towards the end say, a natural pool gene. And you're too stupid to realize that you're not that natural pool gene either. None of yous are. Because there ain't no such thing as a natural pool gene. That is completely done from Satan, pure evil. There's no such thing as a natural pool gene. But all you idiots that think there is, because you've been brainwashed, conditioned to think something that's not true, and so you believe something that's not true, and you treat other people like dirt and shit, when the bankers get their wants, you'll find out that you're an undesirable too. Because unless you're lining their pockets and you're a good little slave and not a human being, you're going to be an undesirable. See, you destroy another human being's life for no reason at all. Because the boy at the beginning had a birth defect and needed surgery. You all fucking destroyed his life. Look how he's acting. Because the other boy has a problem, medical problem, condition, that caused him not to be black like the rest of the friends, or his brothers. He got stereotyped out too, and denied in life. Because you people, men and women alike, are looking at each other, and with one look in 1 to 5 seconds, you already know, because you're in your group thinking, your group mentality, your brainwashed group thinking mentality, and don't give a shit whose life you destroy. Then you whine and cry when somebody comes along like George Sedini and kills you. Then you say they're the nut job. No, you're the nut jobs. Because you're the one that made them. You're the one that created them. You treat another human being like dirt their whole fucking life. Then you can't figure out why they would go over the edge and flip out. You would too if it happened to you. But see, you don't stop to think about what you do unto somebody else. You don't care what you do unto somebody else. You don't care about their feelings or emotions. You deny them that. But then you don't want to be denied yours. You're no better than anybody else. You keep denying people and looking at them with one look and treating them like dirt. And the deaths will continue to happen. You don't like your medication being done onto you, you don't dish it onto somebody else. The division is way done gone overboard, and we have our government to thank for it. In every aspect, there's total division. And right here's a prime example. Look what you've done to the boy at the beginning. Look how you treated him. Even the so-called adults who want to claim they're adults when they're not. Because there they are ridiculing a child, making fun of a child. That's not an adult. That's not an adult. So you have children raising children. It's pathetic, people. wake the fuck up. If you don't like being treated the way that you're treating others, then you do not treat others that way. Or you can just keep watching more people flip out and kill more people because of your own ignorance. Because you people that are doing this are the ones creating your own murderers. Think about it. To the next video, you have a good one.